Let's go to Sue calling in from Tennessee. Sue, what's your question for Adriel?
Hi, Pastor Sanchez. I am so glad to talk to you. I listen to you frequently, and a lot of times in the middle of the night when I can't sleep, and they rerun your program.
Wonderful.
And my question is, I have been a Christian for many years, and I had always thought that I would be cremated upon my death, and I really can't afford to have a big funeral and all of the trappings that go with that. But I've had several of my Christian friends and one pastor say that I should not do that because that's the way of the pagans, and that God would not be, blessing that. So my question is it wrong to be cremated?
Mm-hmm. Well, Sue, thank you for your encouragement first. I'm grateful that the broadcast can be a blessing in your life. With regard to this question, I believe that this is a matter of Christian liberty, so that it's not a sin to be cremated. Of course, the Christian faith has a high view of the body and of the physical world. And so sometimes people will say, because that's the case, cremation is not a good thing. But we're bringing all sorts of things into consideration here. One of the things that you mentioned is just the ability to pay for a funeral and a casket and all of those things. I know for many people, just it's a lot simpler to be cremated. Here's the thing: it's not the way that you're buried that determines where you spend eternity. There were ancient, the way of the pagan is really believing that, actually, because there were ancient religions. You think of the Egyptians who had these, intense burial practices. This is the belief that they're going to take some of these things with them in the afterlife. And so they're being placed in a tomb with all sorts of goods and treasures and so on and so forth. But the way that you're buried is not the most significant thing. The question is what you believe while you're alive, and whether or not we're united to Jesus Christ by faith. The power of His Spirit is what's going to resurrect His people, whether they've been cremated or buried or lost at sea or whatever that, however that's come about. And so we can be confident as believers that we're going to spend eternity with the Lord because of the work of Jesus Christ on our behalf and because we trust in Him. And so that's why I think that, again, this is a matter of Christian liberty. If this is what works best for you and for your family, I think you can, with a clear conscience, make the decision to be cremated as opposed to being buried. I don't think that it's a question of sin, and so this is something that I would say falls into that category. And appreciate again your encouragement, and pray that the Lord blesses you and gives you wisdom and peace of mind as you think about this decision.